Welcome to episode 2 of Dave's World. And in episode 1, we talked about just getting started. And now with episode 2, it's building consistency, and following up. So I'm following up. This is the second episode, man. And I also started to do a little bit of calisthenics. I did some push-ups, here and there, trying to get in the swing of that. Still trying to figure out how I'm gonna go about that. But I got started, and one of my homeboys saw the podcast and reached out to me and was like, yo, we gotta get out here and exercise together, being as though we both two slim thick niggas. And I was like, whoa, you do no, we ain't doing that, buddy. Dudes don't call themselves slim thick. But then after I said that to him, I thought about it like, oh damn, we don't really have us, like we don't even have a season, like big boys and big women got the they say that's for the winter, and then I guess the in shape and skinny people, I guess that's for the summer. But like what's the weather for a guy my size? Like the women be like, let me put on my jacket and go fuck Dave. But after I set him straight about, the whole slim thick thing, we got into another debate about these man, you know what I noticed? It's a lot of dudes out here that's salty and feel the way about these Chris Brown shows and the meet and greets with the pictures and stuff. But me, I'm not phased by it. My homeboy was like, you mean to tell me you'll pay for them highest Chris Brown tickets, then give her an extra 1,000 on top of that to go meet the nigga, take a picture with him, and she gonna go by herself? I said, yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. See, I'm not like you dudes. I don't suffer from insecurities. I suffer from insufficient funds. I can't afford a ticket for myself. So yeah, I'ma send her to go meet that man by herself. Then he gonna say, what if he fuck her? I hope he do fuck her after all the money I spent. If he don't, I'm gonna be highly disappointed. And when I see him, I'm gonna say something to him. And to make sure I get my message across, I'ma speak to him in one language that he understand, using his songs. So when I see him from across the room, I'ma say, yo, look at me now. I sent my girl to you by herself with no guidance. Why you ain't take her down? I didn't get my money's worth. I think I deserve a partial refund, Chris. So where is my residuals? But on a serious note, I got a question. What's worse, catching your spouse cheating or catching them attempting to cheat and getting shot down? Like imagine going through your dude phone and seeing him like in girls' DMs trying to take him out and do stuff with him, and they like, nah, I'm good. Like, is that worse than actually scoring? I stay out of phones. I learned my lesson. I talked about it on stage before, but man, one time I went through my girl at the time phone, and this nigga sent her a picture of his dick next to a Comcast remote. I was like, God damn. And that shit hurt because now the only thing you can do about it is put your dick next to a Comcast remote. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. He had the advantage because he was in his picture, he was motivated. In my picture, I was hurt. You ever try to take a picture of your dick while teardrops falling on it? That's crazy. Stay on people's phones, man. I'm telling you, you be done went through that girl messages and read some of the texts from a guy she used to deal with and find out she did 87% of every category on Pornhub. Had your ass Googling shit like, is this boot cake or bukkake or what the hell? What? I'm telling you, mind your business, dude. She was out here getting double penetrated by identical twins. Like that ain't your business. And ladies, stay out that man phone for you find out his last relationship, him and his girlfriend had his and her dildos, pink and blue. You be wondering why all his farts be silent. You ain't never heard of you ain't never heard of nigga fart his ass go. Yeah, man, just stay on people's phones, man. You got them how they the version that they are today, man. You are not your past. You are who you are today, and I feel like you should be held to that standard. And if you just trying to find some stuff that's current, like Stop being nosy, man. If you don't trust somebody that much, it should just be over with. And I'm saying that without taking my own advice, because I'm a nosy motherfucker, and I'll come back for more. So I gotta work on that myself. I be knowing too much. I'm telling you, man, you found out some stuff that hey, you out here, man, you gonna need a drink. I found out some shit so crazy. I went to the bar. The bartender poured me a double shot. I told him what was going on with me. He snatched the shot and gave me the bottle and took the shots. He said, "God damn, that's on me," and walked off. I said, "Damn, it's that bad?" I thought this was normal behavior. I didn't know that I was going through some unbelievable shit. But yeah, man, sometimes you just gotta mind your business. Stay out them phones, especially if you ain't ready to leave or in no position to leave, man. Cause it's torture sticking around mad. Cause that motherfucker ain't mad. They getting what they want out the deal. They having a ball out there. Two balls out there. And now shit, even with the drinking, you gotta watch what you drink, man. I call myself being funny, right? So I went, me and my homeboy, we was out drinking with a few people, and the place we went to, it was like mixologists. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't go to no place where people setting shit on fire and throwing shit in the air and chopping up fresh fruit and be like, give me a Crown and Coke on the rocks. Like, come on, live a little. So I called myself getting me a drink, and homeboy got a drink, and we got a group of my friends, maybe about 15 of us. We got a group chat, and man, I say, yo, let's take a picture of these and send it. I didn't remember to say it was also me and my homeboy. I just sent a picture of me with another dude with a fruity glass, some type of cocktail, and man, my homeboys lost it. I didn't know that it was homophobia and drink selection. They cussed me out. They was like, man, Dave just out here, man. Man, he trying to go Hollywood on us, man. He changing, man. He about to cross over, man. He doing whatever it take. One of my homeboys got so mad. He said, "Man, I hope you get a role on Law and Order and Ice-T slap the shit out you." I'm like, damn, this drink make me play a pedophile on a TV show? Like, damn, they was pissed. You can't have no fruit or no like decorations on your glass. Like, come on, yo. We adults, man. If I want a umbrella and some damn pineapples on my damn drink, why not? I'm 43 years old and lived a long life that I'm celebrating. Tired of Hennessy. Jack Daniels made niggas fight and shoot niggas. All Hennessy do is make you fuck violently. Why can't I just mellow out and have a good time and drink some good stuff that's mixed together by a talented individual that went to a school to prepare this? Why can't I drink professional drinks? Why does that make me rainbow? And it's not just dudes that do this, right? One time I had to show at this spot, and it was like the happy hour was so good that it was like it didn't make sense to buy, the other drinks. So I went and got me something that was a cocktail, and I asked my homegirl, I say, is it cool if I get this? She said, yeah, it's cool, it's cool. So I got one. Then I wound up getting another one. And then right before I went on stage, I read my text message and it said, so is your pussy wet yet? God damn, now I got a wet pussy from a few drinks. Like, man, I can't win for losing, man. So I'm letting y'all know, man. If you can put together a decent drink and I'm at that spot that you making it at, I will take one. Now, I will say this. It gotta be the first drink I had. Because if I already started drinking, man, you wind up throwing up or waking up with a headache or waking up texting 8, 9 people you forgot about. You might, man, when you mix these drinks, you wake up in a whole relationship. And another thing, I know you think that it's helping when you kind of bring it down from liquor to beer, but man, drinking liquor then beer behind it is crazy. It's actually worse than just drinking liquor nonstop. I'm telling you, I know from experience. I'm just trying to share a little bit of knowledge. Today I had my brain picked by a younger fellow, that asked me some questions about women. He was asking me what was the best way to go about pursuing a young lady that he liked. And I told him the story about my first high school girlfriend and how I wound up getting her. I used to like her, say stuff to her, never really had the courage to really jump out there and say something. And I remember one day, my mother was taking me to school. My mother taking me to school, and she running late to school. But we knew each other. We talk on the phone sometimes. So I said, "Mom, can you get her in the school because they're gonna say something if she late?" Mother said, "Cool." We walking. My mother get to talking, so we walking up the hill, and my mother had a false front tooth, and it fell out. It fell out and hit our foot and flew into some grass. And we looking for it. It's like some dirt and grass. And she's still asking questions. I'm like, "Mom, do me a favor. If you're going to talk, put your head down. Like, don't you embarrassing me now. Matter of fact, I'll talk for you. Close your mouth." And we looking for the tooth. At some point we found it, wiped it off for, put it in our mouth. And we walked up to the school. She got her in. And during that talk, while my mother had the actual tooth in her mouth, they got along good. And she would come by and eat chicken and stuff. Of course, we never ate candy apples. So I guess what I was trying to convey to him was, just be yourself and don't be afraid of none of your flaws or whatever, because at some point it's gonna come to light anyway. If I'd have played like I was this and that, she still would have met my mother and her tooth would have fell out in some other scenario. So just be yourself and don't try to be nobody you're not, and just you know, keep it real, and she gonna respect it or reject it. But that's easier than being somebody you're not. So when Mama D2 fell out on Love and Hip Hop, I felt scrappy pain. That led me into thinking about, young love, being young, teenager, liking a girl, and just just the stuff that was the TV shows and the music and the stuff that was going around us. And just I remember, because I'm 43, so I've grew up in the 90s, and I remember when Moesha came out, I was like, God damn, it matched the times, because technically she was getting statutory raped on a TV show, because she was like 17 and Fredro Starr was like 24, 25 when they was shooting them episodes. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's crazy. But then I also thought about, you know what? In my opinion, watching Family Matters, I think that Urkel and Laura is the greatest love story ever told. If you think about the way he broke her down, the way he convinced her, the way he stood in there for all them years, the way he finally, after all those years of fighting for her, he got her, and all the stuff in between, man, ain't nothing like it. Like, I remember just watching it, and it's funny because we started to hate Laura for not wanting Urkel when wouldn't nobody have wanted Urkel. He was cool, but at the end of the day, they were always good to each other. And when you really pay attention, although Laura was annoyed by him, if you ever pay attention, if a dude she messed with ain't accept Urkel, she got rid of him. She always supported him. She didn't let people disrespect him. Remember that one episode when she made everybody come to his surprise party? Like, they was always cool. It's just she ain't want to be with him. Like your ass wouldn't want to be with him. Then what he do? He went and got Myra. And we loved Myra so much, but it was also, we was happy that he finally got somebody and was sticking it to Laura. But what we didn't realize was Myra was a sapiosexual. So she was lustful for his brain and how his smarty was, but she ain't really give a damn about him. She was turned on by how smart he was. So that's no different than liking a girl with a big booty, except it's not a body part, but it's still like lust involved. She wasn't that interested in Urkel as a person, more so than just him being intelligent. So that's the him talking about math is no different than you liking a fine woman and she walking by wearing lingerie. It just don't seem that way because we just put liking somebody's body in one category. No, there's other forms of lust that don't involve physical. But if you ever pay attention, Myra always disrespected Laura. Laura ain't never say nothing back. If you, I'm challenging you. Go back to the episodes. Laura never said nothing back smart, but we was team Myra so much because of how much we was happy that Urkel found somebody, that it seemed like they had a back and forth dynamic. No, Myra always insulted Laura, and Laura never really retaliated. She just would take the blows out of respect for Steve. They had respect for each other, man. If a dude that, like I said, if a dude ain't mess with Steve, Laura wasn't with it. She didn't let nobody bully that man. Remember that time when he was in that, like, I guess, like, charity fashion show or whatever? Wouldn't nobody bid? She bid on him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a crazy love story. I remember one time Urkel was scared to swim and he wouldn't do it. And then they faked like Laura was drowning and he swam far as shit. You know, so it's definitely, it's crazy. Like, okay, remember when they were small kids? This is what I mean about a great love story. Remember when they were small kids, right? Urkel bought her a ring for Valentine's Day. Might have been her birthday. I think it was Valentine's Day. It was a very, very, very expensive ring. It was so expensive that Laura wouldn't accept it. That's the same ring he gave her when he proposed to her. That's a great love story, man. It's greater than fucking Romeo and Juliet. Okay, you had the Stefan days when he had to go into the machine and get some swagger. But that could be a lesson too, ladies, because it's like, it's dudes out here that really love y'all, but they a little bit off. But the things that's off is a lot of times superficial. Let me tell you something. The same way how he hopped in that machine and hopped out with a suit on and all that, man. If a dude like you that much where he leaving fucking roses on your car and DMing you every day and trying to take you out and you know he like you, but you be like, I don't want to date him because he wear Echo Unlimited sweatsuits and Fat Farm tennis shoes. I get it. He wear the Mexican Jordans. I get it. But understand this. If he like you that much, he'll let you dress him. Give him, at least when y'all go out somewhere, dress the dude. You know, if he got a good job and he like you and he want to take care of you or be with you and treat you the right way, look, it's a way to make him get the regular Jordans, not the Mexican Jordans. It's a way to say, you know what'll really turn me on if you wear this instead of that. And he'll do it. I'm telling you. I know what your fear is. You're gonna swag the dude up and then he gonna walk off and cheat on you. That's why you don't teach him how to dress on his own. You don't show him who to follow or what to figure out. You just lay clothes on his bed, put this on, and you don't teach him nothing. And I hate to say it, if he a cheater, he gonna cheat anyway. You got to turn that Urkel into Stefan, baby. It can happen. And then at some point, reel back, because when Urkel finally got Laura, he wasn't Stefan, but he wasn't Urkel. He was like a fine medium, meaning like he was clumsy, but he made other people clumsy, and you couldn't really pin it on him. The last episode, when they went to the prom, all hell was breaking loose behind him, but it wasn't him. So at some point, take him to the extreme, and then let him wander back, and he'll meet you halfway. You know what I'm saying? He might not know what Jordans to pick, but they won't be the Mexican Jordans. He won't be you know what I'm saying? He won't be wearing the J.C. Penney Levi's with the African crease in the front, the dress jeans. He'll figure it out halfway. And I'm saying this to black men and black women together. I'm holding us all accountable together. Right? We got to stop not giving good people a chance over superficial criterias, right? But then we finally decide, after all the years of dating awful people, when we finally decide to give somebody that don't match our superficial criteria, when we finally give one a shot, it's outside our race, and then we make it a race thing. You can't go from street dudes your whole life, and then when you finally give a nerd a chance, it's an other, and then you say, oh, the others are so much better. No. You finally gave a computer tech some pussy. It's black computer techs that's the same way. Come in the house, don't cheat, and be chilling. Now they might wear Mexican Jordans, but you can change that. Black men, you can't spend all these years chasing city girls and a woman that's going to go to the highest bidder, and then when you finally decide to give a good woman a chance, it's not a black woman, and you make it about race. There's some good black women out here, man, and you know it. But you don't like being held accountable because that's what black women do. They going to take everything you said and make you live up to what you said. You don't like that. Just call it what it is. Because every time y'all brag on being with another type of woman, all I hear is you love not being held accountable for some bullshit that you did or said. And that's fine, but say that. I like running over motherfuckers because they not used to this type of dick. Black women like, nigga, I'm black. I could find another dick. You said you was going to do such and such and you ain't do it. Look, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel. But back to my original statement, Lauren Urkel is greater than Romeo and Juliet. If you don't believe me, go back and watch it. Side note, knowing the things now that I didn't know then, Eddie fucked Myrtle Urkel. Well, this concludes episode 2, I guess. I'm done talking shit. Hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I'll talk to y'all soon, man.